Iranian judges rule actresses as insane for defying hijab laws. In the ongoing enforcement of strict mandatory hijab laws in Iran, three renowned actresses, Azadeh Samadi, Leila Bolukat, and Afsaneh Bayegan, were convicted for defying the country's hijab rules, with judges offering controversial diagnoses of mental disorders as part of their punishment. Veteran actress As Afsaneh Began was handed a 2-year prison sentence alongside a travel and internet ban after she attended a film ceremony wearing a hat instead of a hijab. She was also ordered to receive weekly psychological treatment for a anti-family personality disorder, a diagnosis not recognized by any modern medical body. An anti-family personality disorder. Samadi, for a similar transgression, was denied access to her phone, her social media accounts were shut down, and she was ordered to undergo bi weekly psychiatric treatment for an antisocial disease. Bulukat faced charges after posting a photo of herself without a hijab on social media, with judges diagnosing her with mental illnesses as well. These decisions drew criticism from psychiatric and psychology boards in Iran, with four heads of psychiatry boards penning an open letter to Iran's judiciary chief condemning the diagnoses as unscientific and strange. They urged authorities to reconsider the sentences against the three actresses. This event underlines the rigid enforcement of hijab laws in Iran, impacting not just ordinary women, but also public figures and artists. Quote, the culture minister has personally issued, oh, this is a, actually, never mind. So I'll just leave it at that. So this is one of several hijab related news stories that's been happening recently. So one of them is that all these actresses were diagnosed with mental disorders because they didn't want to wear the hijab. The other one that I wanted to touch on this week is that there was a woman who was basically given the option of she can face punishment for not wearing the hijab or she can go wash corpses. Did you hear this news? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about this?
So do you the whole thing, because I have an opinion about the whole thing right now.
Go for
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay. So if you did the thing that they are, all of this has in common is that they're trying to humiliate these women,
Mhm.
right? So they first started by giving them punishments such as going and cleaning the streets, right? So sending them to jail turns them into bigger heroes. So they thought they're trying to come up with ways to make them feel embarrassed because these are major celebrities, right? And these major celebrities taking off their hijab is really scaring the government because a lot of people worship see these people as idols. So, and if you put them to jail, they become even bigger idols, right? um so they told some of them to go clean the streets, and some people, some of them are celebrities, some of them not, but there was videos of some of them bragging about, like, why would I be ashamed of this? I like cleaning the streets. Like, she was like showing her, like, posting videos of herself cleaning the streets, and I'm like, this is great. I enjoyed, like, I enjoyed doing the service for my people. So
Oh, yeah.
we
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah. No, and also, but well, also people were criticizing, like, why are you embarrassing them by making them clean the streets? Are you telling people whose job is to clean the streets that
Mm.
they're beneath others? Like, if you see this as a punishment, what are you telling? If you're trying to humiliate these people by making them clean the streets, what are you telling the working people who do that this is their job? And now the same thing with this, right? So this, a lot of mental health experts are worried about, because in Iran, unfortunately, like a lot of other countries, less advanced countries, mental health problems is seen as an insult or something
Mhm.
to be ashamed of, right? And the government is using the taboo of somebody being mentally ill as a way to humiliate these women, which, in a country that we need this to be less of a taboo, is so dangerous to try to introduce this, like the government. So this is not at all about, scientific. It's not, as you mentioned, not scientific at all. the government is trying to highlight the taboo of being considered mentally ill as a form of punishment, as a humiliation, as an embarrassment on these women, which a lot of mental health experts are saying, you are, not only this makes no sense, this is going to be very dangerous to us trying to normalize people coming out and reaching for help when they have mental disorders. If you are advertising this as a form of punishment and embarrassment and humiliation, right? And also washing dead people in the morgue is also something that these are basically people are trying to say, like, how could we make these women, like, what do they hate the most? Like, we can't do, like, because everything they're trying to do is backfiring, right? If we harm them, the people are going to, so, like, maybe they feel icky washing dead people. How about that? Like, what can we can we make other women really, like, they want to make, they're trying to come up with the punishment that has the least amount of backlash and turning these people into heroes, but at the same time having the highest preventive um effect. And they're thinking, like, maybe this woman will be very, very, very afraid of washing dead people, so how about we make them do that, so that other women get scared of them having, making an example of them, so other women don't do that. So it's just so bizarre. The whole thing is, every time they're trying to embarrass these women, they just embarrass themselves, because people are sharing these stories as a way to show how backward and how vengeful the government is. But yeah.
Yeah, there was also an incident where there was a film festival that was going to be happening, and they, in the film festival's poster to promote the event, they included a photo of a woman without hijab. And so they banned the entire festival. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the entire festival. Yeah, they're completely losing the control. Like, there's nothing they can do. They have lost control, and it's just going forward. And people are enjoying watching the government being so desperate to try to get a control over this and failing. People are celebrating that. Like, they're trying everything, and they keep changing tactics, and it doesn't work. Yeah, it's over. It's completely over. They have lost it. But yeah. Look at this
So where do
brave
you
woman.
think
This,
I know that photo is so iconic.
yeah.
So where do you think
But
things
go.
go from here?
It's good. We're gonna have more clashes, a lot more clashes. There are, and even if the hijab thing is over, there's going to be other things. Like, we have people showing. It's not just taking off hijab anymore. People are showing up with crop tops and mini skirts, and people are going. You sent me a video of a woman with going into um a Shia ceremony and taking off her hijab and dancing. Like,
The
there's no end to
craziest
this.
thing I've ever seen. Can we show
Can we
that?
share that? Yes. Like, I'm like the every time I think, like, oh yeah, years to come we're gonna see even more clashes. You send me something that were like, oh my, what the hell? Guys, you need to see this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wait,
Can you bring that up? Oh my god.
where did you send
Well,
it to me?
on Instagram.
Oh,
Um,
can you send it to me on
one thing that I
Telegram?
did want to touch on that is, well, you pull that up, that I think is really interesting. So for those who don't know, right now is Muharram, which is like a religious mourning month um in Islam, and it's especially important in Shia Islam. And what happened recently was that usually this is a way for the government to show their support for the Islamic Republic and to show the mass mobilization of people during Muharram, and everyone wears black, right? Which is why Armin has not been wearing black for the past few weeks.
Yes.
And um so what civilians have been doing instead is, this actually made me cry. There's these mourning processions that happen for Muharram, right? But what civilians have been doing is they wear white, and they've been going to do processions to the homes of protesters and civilians that were murdered by the government, in playing songs of like the revolution. And it made me cry. It made me cry so hard. Have you found the video?
No. Yes, I did. It's on Instagram, which I hate, so I have to refresh that. Okay, so here, let me try to do this. Share this tab instead. So because Instagram doesn't have a pause button and playback button and a play button, we have to like refresh the. You have to share it here. Oh, wait. Okay, so here.
So
Wait, I'm gonna do it
give
without
context to people.
Should I do it without the audio, right? So
Yeah,
because
yeah,
there's
yeah. We
the
don't need the
Islamic,
audio.
yeah, we don't need the audio. So this is in a Muharram, like a very religious Shia ritual for Hussein, and these are hijabi women, and they're trying to attack this woman because she showed up without the hijab in here. But she not only showed up without the hijab, now look what she does. She like, look at me, look at me,
That
look at it, look at.
the reveal,
Yeah,
and
like
she's like
we
in this
can't do.
orange yellow dress, and she's like, "Look at this."
This is crazy. This is beyond bravery. I can't even call this brave. To call this brave is an understatement. To call this brave is an under. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like she just went into the heart of the line. This is not just in Iran. This is in the middle of a religious ceremony, and like the fact that she's even there without hijab, it's already bold. And these women are like coming to her and attacking her and trying to get. So she showed up with a hijab there, and then she went. She in the middle of there. She took off her hijab. But not only look how strong she is. I don't even know how to describe this. This is insane. Look, she's like, look at me.
The
Look
way
at me.
she
Look.
stands there.
And then like, oh my God. And the level of butthurt, like I wish you look at the hijabi woman. Like they don't know what to do with themselves.
I mean, I wouldn't either.
I've no I don't know what to I don't I don't know what to say. The moment this is just so this is like a legend. This is the moment that you see the Chadori lady, they're just so frustrated. She moves her hand like I don't know. This is and the woman just standing up strong and like this is who I am. This is who I am. This is what you have to deal with. And this is a message to the entire religious establishment. This woman represents the movement. They're like, look at me, I'm here. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? There's nothing you could do. And the frustration that this Chadori lady represents, this just encapsulates all of what is happening. The fact that she's there and they want her out of here and there's nothing they could do. And the contrast between the orange colorful dress and the
It's
black.
so like life in the face of death.
Yeah,
Because she's
exactly.
wearing an outfit that is very similar to the outfits that women wear for Nowruz, which is literally like Nowruz is an ancient Persian celebration of life. And so it really does feel like this is life in the face of a death cult.
This is an entire summary of everything that is going on because you see black versus color, you see frustration versus pride, you see power and pride versus shame, you see religion versus secularism, you see slavery versus freedom. It's all there in a few seconds, captured all at once. I don't know. I don't know. This is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And also the fact that this woman, people have paid heavy prices for this, just for not having the hijab. People have paid a heavy price for this, and she has gone beyond that. She's like, I'm not just going to take off my hijab. I'm going to take off my hijab, go in the middle of a very religious ceremony, and dance with pride. I don't know.
I want
This
to
is
know what
perfect.
happened to her.
Yeah.
Like, what happened after this? I have to know.
Yeah, that's crazy. Anyways, thank you for showing me this.
Yeah.
Susie is up. Susie, like I am like I keep trying to keep up to date with the news, but Susie, she is on top of all this. Like it's amazing.
I'm in tune with Persian social media. I put Armin on to things, okay?
Yeah. All right, so we have one what?
Sorry, I was just thinking about a conversation we had recently where you said that I'm more Persian than you are.
It's true. I think it's true. Well, we should we should say Iranian maybe, not Persian.
Yeah. It was a joke.
Yeah, yeah,
It was really
yeah.
funny.
Yeah, so base. So, Doorknob is saying Susanna is a force of nature. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
thank you.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so I'm going to quickly address this. Oxymoron is saying, name one big country that started as a democracy and then industrialized except US. So Oxymoron, I don't think you understand how any of this works. These are democracy and industrializations are not binary. There is not like it's not on and it's something that you could turn on and off. These are spectrums. These are spectrums that you move along with. You could have less democratic and more democratic. It's not undemocratic and democratic. And these things happen mutually at the same time, in many places, and they grow together. So that's how it works. So most things in social sciences are not black and white; they are a spectrum. All right.
I'm
So what?
Some of these comments about me being Persian are so funny. Susanna is the abstract idea of Iranian news. I've just become a diffuse concept, okay?